Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome class to Arabic 101, and today we're going to have our first review for chapters 6 to 10, and we're going to try to split up into two review sessions. In these review sessions, don't rely on just the review session for the exam. This is more like a refresher as to what do I need to review in depth for the exam. Okay? So open up to page 33. Page 33, الدرس السادس. ما معنى الدرس السادس? The sixth lesson. In this sixth lesson, we learn about something called اسم الإشارة. اسم الإشارة means هذا. Is this مذكر or مؤنث? Male or female?
Male.
Male. So what is the equivalent of female? هذه. هذا قلم. Right? هذا كرسي. Right over here. هذه. On the ground is that bag. What's a bag? We said هذه حقيبة. So you say هذا قلم. Right? Because it's male, masculine. And if it's female, and how do you tell if it's female? Usually by the way it ends. حقيبة. Usually that'll give it away. You do not say هذا حقيبة. Alright? رجل. What do I say? هذا رجل. This is a man. And how do we say this is a woman? You guys remember that word? هذه. You could say imra'atun or mar'atun. Both of them are correct. Imra'a or mar'a.
Woman?
Means woman. Imra'a. Imra'atun. Or mar'atun. Both of them are correct. Imra'a. Or mar'a. All right. We also learned about certain body parts. We said any body part that there's two of, we consider them as mu'annath or mudhakkar. Mu'annath, which is female or feminine. Any body that there's two of, you're going to call it as feminine. All right? So for example, we say هذا يد or هذه يد. هذه, because you have two hands. All right? Abdullah, هذا فم or هذه فم. هذا فم. ما معنى فم? Mouth. How many mouths do you have? One. All right. مظفر, هذا أذن or هذه أذن. هذه أذن. You guys are getting how it works? Very good. The same thing with rijl. What's the rijl? Leg, foot. And on the next page, they just have descriptions. If you want to, with your classmate, if you guys want to work with each other, one person will ask the other, ما هذا? And then he'll say, هذا قلم. Or if he'll say, ما هذه, right? He'll say, هذه ساعة. All right? Yes.
Because it's more than two, is it masculine?
No, they're going to be feminine. Yeah. I'm sorry, masculine. Fingers. Yeah, they're masculine. هذا أصبع. Yeah. اقرأ المثال وكون جمل على غراره. Page 37, flip the page. Right? Over here, we learn about making the description feminine as well. So they said, for example, Hamidun tabibun, and then I want to say Fatimatu. Do I still say tabibun? Tabibatun. You got to add that tun at the end. All right? Nadim, huwa muslimun wa hiya muslimatun. All right? Abdul Majid, المسجد بعيد والمدرسة بعيدة. All right, very good. عمر الحصان سريع والسيارة سريعة. سريعة. So if you're going to describe a masculine object or person, the description has to match that same person or thing in gender. So males are described with male attributes and females are described with female attributes, or masculine objects with masculine attributes, feminine objects with feminine attributes. Muhammad الأب جالس والأم جالسة. Make sense? Turn the page. Do you guys understand now this description? All right, very good. Turn to افتحوا على الدرس السابع. على الدرس السابع. Now they're asking a question, right? من هذه؟ هذه آمنة. But they added another اسم إشارة. إسماعيل ما هو. What's ما هو mean? I want you to understand the first part of the sentence. What's ما? ما اسمك? ما is what? Okay. ما هو اسم إشارة. اسم إشارة للبعيد. What is اسم إشارة for بعيد? ذلك. So if I'm saying هذا for this and I want to say that, what do I say? ذلك. If I'm saying هذه صلاة, how do I say that for feminine? تلك. You say هذا وذلك. You say هذه and تلك. That light just blinded me. No, it's fine. I don't know why I looked directly at it. All right, very good. So that's what's mostly mentioned on this page. Page 39 is talking about the usage of tilka, the usage of هذه, the usage of هذا. All right? What's it called? The words. You guys have to memorize the vocabulary words, and there's a lot of them. Every time we continue, there's always adding more and more to your guys' vocabulary. So make sure you make index cards, you practice with one another, you test one another. You guys should really, really do something like that. Otherwise, it's going to be too much. And especially when we get to like page 41, and you look and it says, use asma al-ishara, right? Use asma al-ishara and make sure that you have to know the meanings in order to know which ones to use. So if they have the word qamisun, you don't know if that's male or female. Sometimes you can know by if it ends with a ta. But what if they give you aynun? Ayn doesn't have a ta, but you know what? It's two. All right? So, turn the page. الدرس الثامن. الدرس الثامن. The 8th lesson. In this lesson, they introduce using na'at and man'ut, using sifa and mawsuf, right? So it says, هذا الرجل تاجر وذلك الرجل طبيب. All right? So we're learning a little bit about describing a person. All right? We also gave a little bit of description to what is known as badal. Do you guys remember that? Right? We said هذا الرجل. Any word that we said comes after هذا and it has al, it's considered badal, which means that if this is marfu', that's marfu'. If this is singular, that's singular. Like it's the exact same, and it means like a substitution. You can use either one, right? Like if you remove a rajul, can you say هذا تاجر? It makes sense, right? So this is just a substitute for that one. It doesn't even need to be there. It's just there as extra. All right? And it works kind of like a sifa. Or I'm sorry, a nat. All right, let's take an example even of the usage of li, because that is used regularly. In the 5th line on the dialogue page, it says, لِمَنْ هَذِهِ السَّيَّارَةُ وَلِمَنْ تِلْكَ. Right? What is the lam used for in front of a noun when you say li? It means it belongs to, right? Or they're asking a question whenever they add men. This means who, and this is normally for. So for who, or in English language we normally say, whose. Whose book is this? Whose house is this, right? And how do I say, for example, I need to pick on somebody. There he is, Mustafa. I want you to tell me, how do I say, whose car is that? أسرع.
لمن هذا السيارة.
Close, but I said that, not هذه.
لمن هناك لمن لمن تلك السيارة.
لمن تلك السيارة. لمن is whose, right? Tilka is that, and سيارة is سيارة. That's correct, right, Sayyid?
Yes.
Why don't you give me another correct answer? Tell you what it is right now. It is, how do I say, whose house is this?
لمن هذا البيت.
Oh, that's perfect. Jamil. لمن هذا البيت. You guys both did a good job, by the way. أحسنتم. لمن هذا البيت. Right? Whose? This. هذا. And bait. It's مذكر. You guys get how this works? All right. So,
For like for car, family, and for house, how different?
for some words like that, you just have to know, right? Like, for example, he's saying, why is it that al-baytu is masculine, is for men, right? Or it's, male. And he says something like as-sayyaratu is female. For a sayyara, it's clear because it ends with what? The ta. You see this ta marbuta? That one that's like in a, tied. That one is what's going to tell you there. For some words that are like al-baytu, you just memorize them. It's just through hearing and usage that you know, right? Because, for example, if you use a different word and you did not know, like the name Zainab, right? How do we know? Zaynabun. No, bu. Zaynabu. Remember we said the names that end with this ta are feminine names. Fatimatu. But because we also know this is a female name, it takes on the same ruling as that one, where it still ends with just a dhamma, even though it doesn't have the ta at the end. Because it's still the same category. So some of them you just got to hear and know. We know how to use li, right? We know how to use tilka and dhalika. But this one is a really important sentence, so we're going to do more exercises on it. So Nadim is going to help us by telling us, when he flips the page to page 44, right? There's a list of 1 through 10, all right? I want you to say, Nadim, whose is that large egg? So what is whose? Liman. All right, let me work with him. I'm gonna grab all of you guys. Don't worry, everyone's gonna speak tonight. All right. You have whose? Liman. All right. Is that? Tilka. Why did you say tilka? Because we want to say baydatun, right? Liman tilkal. See, we're identifying it, so we have to say al. Right? Since we pointed to it, you have to say al. So you don't want to. So you're saying liman tilkal baydatul kabira. 2. That's it. I'm going to write it down. And we'll go through it because this was a long sentence. Very good, by the way. Liman. What is it? No, we just have for who. Or whose. All right. Liman is whose. Tilka. Whose is that. And since whatever comes after that, right, we've identified it, we're going to have to add alif and lam to it. All right? Whose is that car? You don't want to say, liman tilka sayyaratun. When this happens, I'm going to put liman, and I don't even know why I just wrote from left to right. You're supposed to write from right to left. Okay, liman tilka sayyaratun. The word sayyaratun on its own means a car. Right? If you say as-sayyaratu, what does it mean? Not that, the. Yeah, specify, the car. Okay? So whenever these are together, you want to say tilka, and al is there, as-say, right? This works now to say, whose is that car? It can't be identified twice. You're not going to say, whose is that the car? Because remember, what is this? When al comes after tilka, it's badal, right? So when you're interpreting it, it's just there for emphasis, right? It's not actually emphasis. It's there as a substitution, which means that we can remove this. Whose is that? And you're referring to the car, even if we got rid of a sayyara, right? So up here, since we're pointing to it, liman tilka, and we want to say egg, right? Bayda 2. Liman tilka al-baydatu. And then we're describing it. And the descriptions have to match, right? Al-kabira 2. They matched. This is na'at and man'ut now. Because we have al here and al there. So that's the first thing. We have 4 things we need to check. Remember? There's 4 things that na'at and man'ut, they match each other. I wrote this down once. Gee, it's sometimes useful. You can think of it as Generation D, or Gen D, or Gen D. It's an acronym. If you find out another one, you find out another one.
What does it mean?
I'll tell you. You want to make sure that the gender is the same. So if the nat is feminine, right? Then the man'ut must be what? Feminine. That's the gender. Are these two the same? Yeah. Muannath and muannath. Check. The end of the word, meaning the haraka. If this one's a dhamma, what does this also need to be? A dhamma. If this is a fatha, what does that need to be? Fatha. This is what happens when there's na'at, the thing being described, the man'ut and the na'at. Alright? The man'ut is the thing or one being described. The na'at is the description, the adjective. Right? So, are these the same? Na'am. What's the end for? The amount or the number. The number of things you're describing. Right? The number of things you're describing is 1. Baydatun is how many? one big. And kabiratun, it's not kabiratun, so it's one big egg. So 1 and 1, we're almost done now. Last one is definite or indefinite, meaning ma'rifah or nakira. If this has alif and lam, what does this need to have? If this has alif and lam, what does that need to have? Alif and lam. So since they are all like that, that is the correct way to use na'at and man'ut.
Isn't 3 and 4 the same thing because
What did you say?
isn't 3 and 4 the same thing?
3 and 4?
If you put al, it becomes singular. You don't put al.
No, because I could have said baydun.
Al-baydun.
Al-baydun. Baydun is plural. So this number is basically the plural. That's why I said you can, it doesn't have to be this G-E-N-D. You could have changed, this E to haraka, H. You could have changed number to amount or plural or singular. Or gendi, whatever. I tried to use simple words. But you guys get the idea? Okay? So all I want you guys to know is how to use it. I don't expect you to memorize these just yet. It'll help you. But as long as you say, الرجل الكبير, right? The large man. Or you say, السيارة السريعة, right? What's the difference between these two sentences? We could write on the top. No, let's erase this. السيارة السريعة.
Fast car.
Right? Is it a fast car? Is it the fast car? This first sentence is the fast car. Right? And this second sentence is
Oh man. Same.
huh? What's missing? And this one, L is missing. So what's the sentence? Right? The car is fast.
Mabrur, you know what I mean?
What is it? Mabrur?
Yeah, that's the. What's the name of it? This word,
When it has a dhammatain or what?
that one is a nut.
This one, yes, this one is na'at and man'ut.
Yeah, and this one is.
This one is going to be like mubtada and khabar.
Oh.
And then the whole sentence is going to be mubtada and khabar. But, we don't want to get into the grammar. I know how you guys love it, so we're not going to get into it.
So both sentences are correct?
They're just different ways of saying them. Like it depends on what you want to say. Do you want to say, are you describing? If I said to you, which car did you buy? And you said, as-sayyara as-sari'a, I bought the fast car. You're describing it to me, right? But if you say, the car is fast, you're informing me of something. You're informing me that the car is fast, not necessarily you're describing it. It's more like you're conveying that the car is fast, right? That's the grammatical difference, even though they are kind of the same. So anyways, that's what'll happen. If you want to describe, make sure they match. Okay? If the thing you want to describe has alif and lam, then the description needs to what? Have alif and lam. If it doesn't have alif and lam, then the other one doesn't have alif and lam. Right? So if I say sayyaratun, right? What is this now? Sayyaratun sari'atun.
Fast car.
This is a fast car.
Still not in Man'ut.
That's not in man'ut. Because see, even if it doesn't have alif and lam, but they have to match, right? And if you just try to say sayyaratun as-sari'a, that's just wrong language.
You do sayaratun, sariyatun.
Sayyaratun sari'atun, that's the one we have up here. A fast car. But you can't say sayaratun as-sari'atu. That doesn't work. That's just wrong. That's like saying man the big. Make sense? That does not work. You can say the man is big. You know, so that's the usage of na'at and man'ut. Just make them both match with the haraka, with the, you know, the plural and singular, with the definite, indefinite, with the gender.
So the word is not even starting with al. It's still only not one word.
If it doesn't start with al,
Yeah.
like this one, it's a possibility if you're describing it. It doesn't have to have alif and lam, but if the man'ut, the thing that you want to describe, has alif and lam, then the description must also have alif and lam. If the man'ut does not have alif and lam, then the na'at, the description or adjective, also does not have alif and lam. That's all. And what is unique about words that have alif and lam? Do they end with tanween, yes or no?
No.
Thank you. Words that have alif and lam. And this time if anybody puts any tanween on an alif and lam, it is wrong. It's not a simple mistake, it's just khata. تعرفون khata? You know khata is wrong. Okay. No mas? All right. So, al-kitabu. A word that has alif and lam in it does not have tanween. Al-kitabun. It doesn't accept it. Does that make sense? Because al-kitabu means what? The book. And just kitabun means what? A book. So how did you say the a book? By combining them both. Al-kitabun. That's what happened when you did that. It's a hard thing to get over, but once you get over it and you hear somebody say it wrong, you can't handle it. It's just like you know, just like you hear. It's completely broken. Al-kitabun. Al-jamilun. So, if you do, you will be getting that wrong. There should be an alif there.
But can you say kitabun?
Kitabun, without the alif and lam? Of course, that's how it is said. You say kitabun, qalamun, all indefinite words. Do you guys know what I mean by indefinite? When you say a book, a boy, you're not specifying, right? Those all end in tanween. Does that make sense? If it's not specified, it ends in tanween. If it is specified with al, then get that tanween out. And don't let a word that has li plus al make you think that there's no tanween there. So for example, let's use this same word. Remember, this is supposed to have al-kitabu, right? So what if you see this? So is this lil-kitabi or li-kitabin? Right now, li-kitabin. So now, why does this only have one? Not the alif. So the alif disappeared. When we added li, the harf jar, to say for, right? When we added this lam to the beginning of the word, we had to get rid of that alif. Lil kitabin, right? For the book. So don't think now that it's lil kitabin. It could be li kitabin, for a book, but it can't be for the book with a tanween. Khata.
So what is li kitabin?
Li, well, what is li used for? For. And kitabin.
For the book?
For, if you say li kitabin, for a book. Lil kitabi, for the book. I don't know, guys. We're moving through this kind of fast. Lesson 9 is kind of long. And lesson 10 is also long. Correct? Let's make sure how many, so we split it up evenly. So 33 to 47. And then from 47 to what? To 60. 13 pages. And the other one is 11 pages.
Almost same, 12. Same.
It's about the same. So we said 13 to 44. Is that right? That's 11 pages.
That is 13 pages.
33 to 44, yeah, 11 pages.
That's 11. And the other one is a little bit longer. Yeah? That's fine. We'll finish up this chapter and then we'll be done. It'll be a good, nice, short lesson today. And we'll start on time tomorrow. الدرس الثامن, we got those. We got Lee. A few people didn't have uses yet. Amir, Abdul Majid. Yeah, let's do Amir. Still using Lee. On that same page, 44. Or actually, it is past 44. I don't know why I stopped. It's 46. So they're the same. You're right. So I want you to say, this car is the mudir's. Start with this car.
We had
Just start with this car.
هذا سيارة.
And do you want to use هذا for سيارة?
هذه
Okay, هذه.
سيارة
Okay.
لمديري.
For a mudir or for the mudir?
للمدير.
Lil mudiri. All right. So what you said was, this is a car for the mudir. I want you to now change it from this is a car to this car.
هذا سيارة.
Well, still هذه.
Sorry, هذه سيارة.
Good. You added L. هذه السيارة. Now say for the mudir.
هذه هذه السيارة.
Well, combine them. Just combine. هذه
هذه السيارة المدير.
لي.
للمدير.
Okay, good. هذه السيارة للمدير. All right, very good. Now I'm sure, saying it is a lot different than writing it, by the way, guys. If you write it down, I say, go ahead and write it down. I'm sure it'll be easy, but every now and then I have to make you uncomfortable. Otherwise, you might fall asleep on me. So, don't be afraid to make a mistake. Just, go with it. Try to break it down. Give your brother a chance to, dissect it, and inshallah, we can learn this way. All right, but very good. هذه السيارة للمدير.
In this one,
نعم ما سؤال.
the difference between هذه السيارة
Yes.
وتلك السيارة.
Okay. So we say هذه سيارة, right? This is a car. And we say تلك سيارة. It's far away. That is a car. Does that make sense? So this is for near things, and tilka is for far. You ready? Bye. This is the farmer's cow. You see the picture of that cow. Remember, whatever comes after هذا or هذه, you want it to have alif and lam.
هذه بقرة للفلاح.
I didn't hear the alif and lam on بقرة.
هذه البقرة للفلاح.
هذه البقرة Complete it.
للفلاح.
للفلاح. Right? Yeah. So you look at the bottom of the page, number 4. Very good. Oh, you remembered it? Or did you see the...
No.
From memory? Ah, very good. MashaAllah. هذه البقرة للفلاح. Right? This cow, للفلاح, is the farmers. Very good. This chicken is the farmer's. No, this chicken is the. I was trying to surprise him. That's why I was going to just say the sentence and then call him. I know. All right. This chicken belongs to the farmer's daughter.
Belongs to the farmer's dog?
Daughter.
Daughter. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Don't say anything. We'll figure it out.
Okay, good. This chicken.
هذه الدجاجة
Good.
للبنت الفلاح.
Very close. Just the last part.
البنت الفلاح.
No, you said it. The harakat were right. It was the alif and lam on bint. It's get rid of the alif lam.
لبنت الفلاح.
That's right. هذه الدجاجة لبنت الفلاح. All right? But we want to know why. Why لبنت الفلاح and not للبنت?
Because before the daughters.
Because we already identified it. We already specified her one time by saying the farmer's daughter. So we didn't want to add the again to bint. Otherwise you would be specifying her 2 times. So we said bintul fallahi is already the farmer's daughter. So if you were to say al bintul fallahi, you're saying the twice in that sentence.
How about if you have like $3 and you mention like a little one? You have to describe with a word or you point them?
It's pointing, you say, well, how would you even say that in English? To one of the farmer's daughters, right? I know. So you would have to say in English, this belongs to one of the farmer's daughters, right? Like one of them, it belongs to one of them. So the same thing, you'd add the number 1 to that sentence. هذه الدجاجة لإحدى, for one of بنات الفلاح.
Oh man, that's book 3, isn't it?
It's actually book 2.
Book 2, man.
The end of it. All right, let's keep moving. We got to get everyone scheduled in. All right, we got Billand. Well, we should grab Ja'far right now. I think Ja'far is ready to handle some things. I think you are. Go to page 45 at the top. There's a picture of a bag, right? You see it? I want you to, Ja'far, to say that is the teacher's bag. You see at the page 45?
45.
Yeah. It was the same page where his chicken was. There's a chicken and a cow. You found it?
Yeah.
So you don't even have to even look. You already know how to say teacher. You know how to say bag. How do you say bag? Haqiba? Haqibatun. Okay. So this is my haqiba. Say that is the teacher's haqiba. كيف تقول ذلك? Yes, in Arabic.
تلك
That's it.
تلك الحقيبة
Mm-hmm.
حقيبة المعلم.
Okay. So I want you to say 4.
تلك الحقيبة لمعلم.
But say للمعلم.
للمعلم.
Yes. All right. Muallim is the teacher. Is another way to say teacher. Just from ilm instead of dars or darasa. Okay, good. So you can say تلك الحقيبة للمدرس للمعلم. All right, for the teacher. All right. Yes, in this case, yes. If you say لمعلم, it means for a teacher. You're not specifying which one. لمعلم, not للمعلم. للمعلم, لمعلم. لمدرس, للمدرس. صح? All right, very good.
If we say لمعلم القديم,
للمعلم القديم.
القديم already specifies the teacher.
But you can't. But remember how we described earlier when we said سيارة سريعة? So you don't want to say سيارة السريعة. And that's what we're doing when we say للمعلم قديم. You have to say للمعلم القديم. Right?
Better take off the Qadim then.
Or you say لمعلم قديم, for a old or for an old teacher. I know we have a few left. We got Salad, we have Abdullah, we have Muhammad Imtiaz, right? Muhammad and Mustafa, you guys already took some? All right, Muhammad Imtiaz. Muhammad Imtiaz, just make this. What's that?
The other is saying we already took it.
Make it easy for us, Muhammad. Turn the page to 46. I want you to say, look up here now so you don't read all the questions. You're looking up here?
Yeah.
All right, just look this way. I want you to say, this is Isa's book, right? And that is Musa's book.
هذا.
Oh no, you've done one, right?
I have done one, but I want to add.
No, you'd like to do one. Muhammad Imtiaz. Yeah, no, let me get Muhammad because we're going to run out of time. But if we have more time, I'll give you one more, inshallah. So actually, say this book is for Muhammad. Or I'm sorry, Isa. This book is for Isa. And that book is for Musa.
هذا كتاب.
Say that again.
هذا
هذا by itself or هذا? That's word.
هذا الكتاب.
That's right.
Musa. What is it? Musa.
For Musa. For Isa.
For Isa. Okay. هذا الكتاب لموسى.
Okay, that's
وذلك كتاب لعيسى.
okay. وذلك الكتاب.
ذلك الكتاب لعيسى.
All right, very good. هذا الكتاب, and we said the opposite actually. هذا الكتاب لعيسى وذلك الكتاب لموسى. All right, very good. I just wanted you to use هذا and L after it, and then use li to say for him. Okay? Abdullah. Yeah, Abdullah, tell me, how do I say the board is in front of the student and it is behind the teacher? It made Muhammad cough. What's this right here?
السبورة.
Uh-huh. أمام.
You said in front of the
Student.
students? Okay.
Just one student.
السبورة أمام الطالب
نعم.
وخلف المدرس.
Oh, what is that? Good? Very good. MashaAllah. Ahsant. Jameel. You did a very good job there. Salad. Where did Hamid sit? Translate that.
أين حامد جالس؟ جلس؟
أين جلس
أين جلس؟
Hamidun. All right? He sat behind Mahmud.
جلس
How do you say? Yeah, good. Jalasa.
خلف محمود.
Mahmudun or Mahmudan.
محمود.
Mahmudin. Oh, good. I tried to trap you. Very good. Very good, Salat. He said, I said, أين جلس حامد جلس خلف محمود. All right? Very good. That's good. Let's do one more for Muhammad since he's very enthusiastic. Wait, I didn't give Ismail anything.
Mahmudin turned into the
صح?
in because of halfa.
I'll take one.
Nah?
What'd you say?
Mahmudin turned into in because of halfa, right?
That's right. It's a zarf.
Okay.
All right? Now we only have one extra bonus to give out per day, brother. You can get tomorrow's bonus. Okay? Because I know everyone wants to interact. Inshallah, you know, we'll do it when we have more time. And it's good practice for you guys. I like that you guys are trying and want to interact. It's very good. You know? Last one. Just give it nice and simple. Hamid went to France.
حامد ذهب إلى فرنسا.
Why L? It was going perfect until you added L on France. Without L. حامد ذهب
حامد ذهب إلى فرنسا.
إلى فرنسا.
إلى فرنسا.
Yeah, but you see how you said it all perfect except for El Faransa. It should just be Faransa. So حامد ذهب إلى فرنسا. We stopped on lesson number 9. Okay? So tomorrow we're going to go over both lessons. And inshallah at the end we'll have more time for exercises. Make sure you review. Make sure you practice. Your test is going to be at the end of this month, inshallah. All right. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.